Hello, I'm Robin. I'm a certified financial planner, certified private wealth advisor, and your rich auntie. Today, I am talking about retirement with $1 million dollars and why the math just doesn't work. A lot of financial advisors don't talk about this, but I've known this for years. Now, one of my most rewarding experiences as a financial advisor is helping people cross the $1 million dollars threshold. It's very rewarding to see people work for many years to become millionaires. And here in the San Francisco Bay Area, it's a big accomplishment, but it gets you a toehold in the middle class. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you why $1 million dollars in a traditional retirement account, that is a traditional IRA, 401k, 457, 403b, just isn't enough. We're going to set aside Roth for a moment and just talk about traditional 401ks and traditional IRAs account. And I think once you see the final number, you're going to be surprised. Now, I'm going to make some assumptions with this. I'm going to make an assumption that a person is retiring relatively soon. Their federal tax rate is 15%, which is the US average. Their state tax rate is 10%. There are a few states that do not have a state income tax, but I'm going to assume you are retiring in a state that has an income tax. I'm going to also assume that you're going to take the average Social Security, which is currently $1,786. And I'm going to assume you have a $1 million dollars in a traditional 401k account, and the safe withdrawal, meaning the amount of money that you can withdraw on an annual basis from that retirement account, is 4%. Now, there are some flaws with this assumption, and I will go over it. If you have $1 million dollars sitting in a traditional 401k or IRA account, you're probably at a much higher tax rate than 15%. How do I know that? It's because to reach $1 million dollars in a traditional 401k or IRA, you've probably been putting away a substantial amount of money for a long period of time. Who can put a substantial amount of money away for a long period of time? Rich people. Typically, it's people at a higher tax bracket than 15 to 10%, but I'm going to give grace and just assume you're at the 15 or 10% tax bracket. I'm also going to assume this person is single and does not have a spouse that has their own 401k and will bring Social Security to the table. I'm going to make an assumption that the person doesn't have a pension or doesn't have any other assets that they can rely on to help bring in income. Okay. Now, 10% of Americans, 1 out of 10, have $1 million sitting in an IRA or traditional 401k account. And I actually thought it was less. I'm pretty impressed that 10% of Americans have $1 million sitting into their retirement account. They're often older. They're often nearing retirement themselves, and they've often been going at it for 20, 30 years plus. So if you have 1 million sitting in a traditional IRA or 401k or 457 or 403b, first of all, congratulations. Next, the average Social Security of $1,786. If you're a high income earner and you have 1 million sitting in a traditional 401k or IRA, you're probably going to get a little bit more or a lot more out of Social Security than 1,786. Something that completely surprised me is 25% of Americans, more or less, start taking their Social Security at age 62. Only 1 out of 10 waits until age 70 to start taking their Social Security. Why do people take it at 62? A variety of reasons. Maybe you're working in a profession like you're a plumber or HVAC or you're a contractor and your body gives out and you really cannot work beyond age 62. Understandable. Why do people wait until age 70? Maybe they have longevity in their family. Everyone lives until age 95. If everyone in your family lives until age 95 and you stand a good chance of waiting until or living until age 95, maybe it makes sense to wait a little bit longer into age 70 to start taking your Social Security. If everybody is dead in your family by the age of 70, maybe that's an argument for taking Social Security at 62. I can't make that determination here as a blanket determination for people. People really need to work with a financial advisor to determine the best age that they should take Social Security. But as a general whole, the longer you can wait to take Social Security, the better. Okay, so let's actually look at the numbers, and the numbers will shock you. Okay, so first things first, let's look at, okay, what is the annual safe withdrawal rate? So 4% of $1 million is $40,000 per year. Okay, let's look a little deeper at that. Okay. If we look at the safe withdrawal before we take out any taxes, that's $3,333 per month. All right. Look a little bit deeper. Okay. Now let's take out taxes. Remember, we're taking out 15% federal, 10% state. So after we take out state and federal taxes from that safe withdrawal rate, you're looking more like $30,000 a year. If we break that down monthly, about $2,500 per month. Now, if we add up Social Security and we add up the safe withdrawal rate after taxes, you get $3,839. Now, Social Security is taxable. And on top of that, you're also going to be paying Medicare out of that $1,786. So it's probably going to be even less than $3,839 because I haven't factored in payment for Medicare. I've known this for years as a financial professional, and every time I see this number of about $3,900 with a $1 million nest egg and a 401k or traditional IRA account, this completely floors me. Can I live on $3,839? No. Could I live in retirement on $3,839? No. Many Americans can't. It's things like food, clothing, transportation, medical, taxes, property taxes, maintenance, insurance, if you still have a mortgage, travel, dining out. Especially here in San Francisco or anywhere in California, this number would be unmanageable for many people, especially as a single person retiring without the benefit of having a spouse or a partner that can add to this. Now, if I saw a person in this situation, first things first, what I would say is let's look at Social Security. This number here, let's see if we can get it up. Each year you do not take Social Security after age 62 represents an 8% increase. Can you work for several years longer and get this Social Security number up higher? The second thing I would say is let's take a look at the state tax rate. Many people in California choose to retire in Nevada. Why? Well, because Nevada doesn't have a state income tax. That's 10% back in your pocket right there. Nevada also has a lower cost of living than, let's say, a San Francisco or Los Angeles. So let's take a look at the state tax rate and see if there's a way that we can re-engineer that so that you can retire somewhere that has a lower cost of living and a lower or non-existent state tax rate. Sometimes that works for people, sometimes it doesn't. I would also say, let's look at this $1 million. If you can work for a few more years into your 60s, maybe we can get this money up to 1.2 or 1.4 million. Now that's a big ask, but it would increase the amount of safe withdrawal and give you more income in retirement. Now, I know a lot of you are going to have to take a deep breath after seeing this because it really is staggering at $1 million, how much income that puts off or how much income it doesn't put off that can be used for retirement. And the vast majority of people, especially if you live in a very high cost of living area like New York, Illinois, California, Hawaii, places like that, this $3,839.50 will probably not be able to take you through a month of retirement. And I would say if you're in this situation, you really need to talk with a financial advisor, probably 10 years or more before retirement, so you can begin making course corrections so that you can put yourself in an optimal situation where we can bring up this income in retirement. So if you find this information shocking or you find this information interesting or useful, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Thank you.